October when Man and Machine take on the Mountain, Mount Panorama Bathurst. This year, our local heroes and a contingent of overseas drivers will do battle on the mountain in a fleet of international 2-litre Super Tourers. During a satellite press conference at the Seven Studios last week, some of the drivers got the chance to rev up each other about their team's chances of clinching the crown.
We have no intentions of helping Peter Brock to win his 10th Bathurst.
Look, John Cleland, I heard also that there was a lot of drivers that were very keen to drive in the team until they found out that they had to share it with you.
He's what we call in England a pain in the arse. The opportunity to run down there, and in particularly run with Brocky, was something I just could not say no to. It's something that I'd like on my CV. Hopefully complete with Brocky's 10th win.
Yes, as long as it's nice and reliable and it's able to, I guess, cope with the rigours of coming over the top of that mountain down through the Dipper and Forest Elba, that sort of thing. It's a very, very tough race. Well, Johnny Cleland's sitting there and he's been around that track a few times. And no tail shafts to fall out this year either, John.
Thank goodness for that, Peter. And the only good news is I'm not having to share it with you.
Are you worried about the inexperience of a lot of people who are going to be on the mountain on October 5?
Well, that never worries me, actually. I always think that whenever you see a long-distance race, you're only going to find perhaps a third of the field that are going to be professional drivers, exceptionally talented. You get a middle third of the field that's sort of like pretty good, and then you get the bottom third of the field that are always are going to give you some sort of a problem. Personally, I think it adds a bit of a wild card out there and gives the viewers and gives the spectators, the commentators and everyone involved in the race just a little bit more of a tweak.
The complete race team's coming, so we'll have all the expertise that we need. We'll set up the logistics here for them and they'll run the cars. So they're not coming here for a holiday, they're coming here to win the race.
Williams Renault don't take second place to anybody when it comes to preparation for a big event.
Well, I visited their facility over there a couple of weeks ago, and the thing that impressed me, it was probably the equivalent of a Formula One team about 7 years ago. It's quite extraordinary, and the level of professionalism and the budget they've obviously got is pretty good. And obviously, Bathurst is one of the races that all Australians want to win. You know, then Bathurst is to Australia what Indianapolis is to America, and Monaco is to Grand Prix racing, and to knock it off in a Williams would be fantastic.
The car you'll be driving, it's not 97 spec, it's 96 spec car, is that right?
96 spec, yes. It's the same car that I think Rickard drove in England in 96. We've been campaigning a 95 spec car. So the car that Rickard and I have got should be a little bit quicker than the one we've been campaigning through the year, we hope. I think the Volvo's been incredibly reliable through the time that I've been with them, and even the last year with Peter, so I've got no problem thinking that I'll go the distance.
Are you confident that your cars will be able to run with the Peugeots and the Vectras and the Williams Renaults?
Jim and myself, you know, we're basically running 96 spec cars. And obviously when Renault and Peugeot come over, they're bringing their latest cars. In theory, they should have a slight performance advantage, particularly in qualifying. Whether or not people retard the engines or just back off slightly is something that's going to be interesting to see when the race starts. But from BMW's point of view, you know, Munich is putting their full weight behind our effort here.
Go, the king of the mountain, Rocky, go!
Have you given your teammates any advice on the Bathurst population?
Yeah, I've advised Derek that if he goes off at the top of the mountain, that he must not go left and beside the alligators and the snakes, but he must go up among the crowd on the right-hand side, because they'll warm to him and they'll love him. And with any luck, they'll eat him. I can just take the remains back in a very small box.
Looks a bit like Mr. Bean, doesn't he? A form guy with a bit of a difference here. We're really looking forward to great depth here.